All righty then. Pull some prompts over here. Oh, that's gonna put a shadow. Let's move it up here. Um, yeah, we did a short stream on Monday. So, hi, Laverne. Wait till a few people come in, get crack-a-lacking. So, yeah. Stuff here by my foot. Whew. Missy, how you doing? How's everybody doing this morning? Hi, Keeks. Terry Brett. Hi, Terry. How you doing? How was Monday? I'm going to pull prompts for you today. I didn't pull them on Monday, so I'm going to pull them today. Hi, Marilyn, Angie. So hope you're all right. Terry, we're all, think about you. And I know some of the girls are posting to you on IG. So yeah. Hi, Lucretia. Give it a couple minutes. Let me turn this just a tad. There we go. So yeah. I might color a little in both of these books today. Went well. Thank you. Everyone did her proud. Oh, so good. So glad, Terry. So glad. Hi, Arlene. Arlene, that last diamond painting you did, oh my gosh. That was stunning. Stunning, Arlene. Hi, Janet. How you doing? So yeah, I'm gonna watercolor and maybe acrylic paint. We'll see. Hi, Falcon. How you doing? So yeah, got Cameron off. Hubster took him to the airport yesterday morning, so he made it back to Yellowstone. He wasn't feeling well, but he had a window seat so he can lean up against the wall and sleep the whole way. So I think it's about 4.5 hours. And 1, 2, 3. Well, let's see. 11, 12, 1. Yeah, so I think it's about 4 hours. About 4 hour flight back to Bozeman, Montana, where then his friend drove his Cameron's car and met him there because I think that's about an hour and a half. I think Bozeman is about an hour and a half to Yellowstone. So got picked up. Hi, Tina. Made it back to Yellowstone. He texted us from Bozeman after he landed, so I'm assuming he made it back to Yellowstone. So yeah, but he was not feeling well, but he went. He flew back. So yeah. Let's see, Missy, Belinda. Who else am I missing? Tina saying good morning to everybody. Good morning to you. Back at you, Tina. And yeah. So I got my lemon water and I got to show y'all. I was talking to Janet about this yesterday. Well, we found out about these oranges. Never heard of them before. A hubster found out from Annie out in LA. She gets these oranges out in LA. And I'd never seen them before in my grocery store. We go to Publix. And so I'd never seen these oranges before till he knew about them from LA. And so then I said, well, let me just look in my grocery store. Y'all have to tell me how many of y'all know about these oranges. They're called sumo oranges. Have y'all ever heard of these? Sumo oranges. And they're squishy. They're like, you think there was something wrong with them because they're squishy. These are the sweetest oranges you will ever have. I thought about peeling. Well, we'll see. Because I don't know. I don't want to make a big mess, but sumo oranges. Have y'all heard of these? They look horrible and they're squishy. So yeah, have y'all? I don't know what it is, Tina. Okay, so Arlene knows. Yeah, they are yummy, right? But when you pick them up on the shelf, don't you think, oh my gosh, that must be old? It's squishy. No, that's the way they're supposed to be. Hi, Riri. Good morning. Good to see you. Yes, I got that. I got View sent it to me. Remember I told y'all on Monday how many places it went to get to me, I finally got it. So after about it took about a month, I think, maybe longer, but it must have gone 20 different places in the country before it got to me. But it got here. So, hi Christina. Right, Laverne? They're so good. So, let's see. I said hi to Belinda. Belinda's saying hi to people. A clean, yeah, clean on fruit. Yeah, Tina. So we'll see. I might bust it up. The inside, it looks like they peel, they separate, the wedges separate. They're so good. They're so yummy. So, but someone threw them away because they were, yeah, see, they're supposed to be squishy. They're supposed to be squishy, cat. Oh, let's see. Nana Mo. Hi, Nana Mo. I know, right, Tina? I know. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody? So yeah. Saw a few things to show. I got prompts to pull. And then let me start off by saying, who was it that asked me? I think Kat. Kat asked me at Janet's. She said that Pam, Ginger Cat, Pam, and Messy Die were asking about chicken conspiracies. We've had chicken conspiracies for some years. And what it is, it's you think about, why did the chicken cross the road? Why did which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the reason they crossed the road is to find the conspiracy. So we just started doing chicken conspiracies. And if y'all have not seen Janet's conspiracy journal, OMG, she will have to show it again. So I started off with this chicken here. Started off with this one, and we can dial up or dial down the conspiracy. Now, I just bought this little volume knob and put it on him because, why not? So you can dial up or dial down the strength or the accuracy of the conspiracy. So there we go. So we got this one is what started it. Okay, then I got a couple other roosters and some other things too, but then this was my next one. And he's got his whoops, he lost his tinfoil hat. He has his tinfoil hat. So this one has his tinfoil hat on. And so there's our other conspiracy chicken. And then I gotta move him so I have room. Then I think it was 2 Mother's Days ago, wasn't it, Janet? That I bought us each, because Janet and I love our conspiracies. So I got Janet and I each a conspiracy foil hat. So Janet and I each have one of these. And Janet, what does yours say? Janet put something on hers. What did you put on yours, Janet? You like that now? Janet put something on hers. I can't remember right offhand, but oh, thanks, Kat. There's Kat put in Janet's conspiracy journal playlist. Yeah, there we go. Janet put on Ask Me Anything. So Janet and I each have our conspiracy full hat. I keep it handy these days, especially. We keep our conspiracy hats close by. So anyway, there's that. So Pam or Di, whoever, it's our conspiracy chicken is based off, which came first, the chicken or the egg, and why the chicken crossed the road. I mean, there's a whole bunch more to it that we've done over the years, but it's just a way to do conspiracies. Yeah. Let's see. Brooke with an E. Who else? Ambion, Dawn. Thanks, Tina. I missed them, so thank you. And then I've already had Oliver up here this morning. Malibu hasn't been up here. Okay, wait. Tina just sent me an attachment. Let's see if it's postable. Oh, Tina. This is her whip, her work in progress. Look at this. This is so good. So let me click on here. Click. Come on, click. There we go. So Tina's working on this one. Is it out of the Fantasy World book? Is it out of this book, Tina? So she's doing that. Looks awesome. Ooh, that red one really looks pretty. Hi, Barbara. So, um, oh yeah, yeah. I think you mean the Y files. I think you mean the Y files, Janet. The Y files. We're talking who, but I think you mean the Y files. Um, let's see what else. And I don't know if you want to put a link. Let's see. Scrolling. Christina said hi to Christina. Yeah, it is out of the Fantasy World. Okay, so Tina's working on this out of the Fantasy World book. Did I miss another one? Did you get me another one? No, I think that's it. So Malibu decided to come back and join us. She ran her brother off, I think. Hi, Asa. Asa's been. I think I might have shown y'all hers on Monday. Let me see. Let me go over here to. Let me go over here to. Let's see. Who doesn't love a great chicken? Yeah. Oh, Riri. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. Let me get over here. Let me look for Asa. And she posted. Let me turn down the bright thingy that Cameron suggested. All right, let's see if it's not going to load right. Okay, let me turn off the Wi-Fi and turn on the Wi-Fi in this room sucks. Y'all know. Do you have Emily's other book, Fairy Tales and Folklore? Yes, I'm pretty sure I do. Fairy Tales and Folklore, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Instagram. Okay, here's Asa. Come on, load. Here we go. This one she just posted this one. So here we go. And again, y'all go follow because you're going to see reflections and it doesn't, I don't do it justice. But Asa posted this one. Is there another one there? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So she posted those two. So go follow her. And then let me go over to Arlene, posted one of her diamond paintings. Arlene. I can find here. It's a little slow loading here. Here we go. So look at this. And I don't know how big this is, what size this is. I don't think she said. How big is this one, Arlene? Because Arlene does all different sizes. But look at those colors. Those are amazing. Excellent, Arlene. And these things take time. I'm not sure how big this one is, but compared to the stuff around her desk, it's got to be a good size. That's got to be a good size one. I don't know how many I have, Tina. I know I have at least one, maybe two other ones. Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society. How you been? Where you been keeping your singing self? Let's see. Scrolling, Shelly. Hi, Shelly. Good to see you. Shelly, didn't you have a graduation this past weekend as well? Boo graduated. I don't know if you saw on Monday. I posted some pictures of Samantha's graduation. It was a busy Friday, Saturday. We've been busy. And then Cameron and Samantha were here. Then Cameron was sick, so he stayed an extra day. So I babied him for 24 hours before he could get on the plane and get back to Yellowstone. So here we are. It's Wednesday. Happy, wonderful Wednesday. Good to be here with everybody. All right, let's see. Do I have anything else right now? Let's see. Let me turn that on. Go back. So I don't know. Did Arlene say what size that was? I didn't see it. I know, right, Terry? Let's see. Malibu says I can put up with a lot from you, Oliver, but getting up on the test, right, Belinda, you got that right. She thinks this is her table, and when I'm here talking, I'm talking directly to her, not her brother, not y'all. I'm talking to her. Right, baby? She's purring now. Well, good to see you, Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society. How old? Oh, well, you know what? Y'all asked me that a week or two ago, and I thought it was 12 years. I thought they were 12 years. Hubster corrected me. No, they're 10 years old. They're 10 years old, not 12 years old, which that's good. I got an extra couple of years to have them. That's how I look at it anyway. But no, I thought they were 12, but they're 10, according to Hubster. Posted a picture of girls and oh, Mother's Day. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Did you post it on IG? I don't like to post people's Facebook pages because that's more you have to, be more accepting. But I don't know. Did you post it? Did you post your picture, Shelly, on IG? Or if you want me to, I'll go to your Facebook. But let me look on AG. Shelly. Okay, here we go. Let's see. She did. Okay. So here's Shelly and her girls. Stunning, stunning ladies. Great picture. Great picture, Shelly. So yeah, y'all go follow Shelly Allred. Shelly K. Allred. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I saw it on Facebook and on Instagram. So yay. I know, right, Terry? And Terry's good to have you back. Terry had the funeral on Monday, so we're glad Terry's back. Y'all, continue to message Terry or send her some memes and make her smile. Let's see. Have beautiful eyes. Yeah. So let's see. What did Janet say? Something about Jimmy? Wrangles push it 18. Yeah, we've had one cat. We've had one Samantha. Her name was Samantha too. That was before Samantha was born. It was back when Denise and Annie were little. But her name was Samantha, and she lived 20. I think she was 20, right at 20 years. It's the oldest cat we've ever had. So let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and get crack-a-lack, and I might peel my sumo orange after a while. I brought it here right now. I just got my lemon water. Okay. So we'll see what we can do with Malibu in a minute. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show y'all. Y'all know that I told y'all that I got those three. I showed them a couple. Well, I think it was last week. The prompt, create, repeat. There's 3 books, and I did tell y'all about her Shauna's IG. I can't think of it right now. I'm not IG. Well, her IG too, but her YouTube channel. And I can't think of it right now. It's not in this book. But anyway, there's 3 books. So what I did is I book bound all 3 with some bookbinder, gaffer tape. I did that. And then on each one, I put a piece of clear packing tape to connect them more sturdily. So now all 3 of her books, there's book 3, are in and then I put them in between on the traveler's notebook string. So there's all 3 of them are bound together, and I've only done 1 page in here. But it's going to be, I'm going to do I'm going to do the prompts, but I'm going to do them kind of whatever I feel like at the moment. So this one was shoot for the stars, and I'm not doing them in any kind of order. So I painted this one black, put some of those silver stars on there, put some silver dots, and wrote in silver. This is another one of my favorite quotes. It's a Leonardo da Vinci quote. Once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. So that I love that quote by Da Vinci. So that's all it is. Just one quote, handwritten out on a black paper with some silver stars. That's all I've got in there so far. But I wanted to show y'all what I did with it, how I put it together and put it in a traveler's thing here. So there we go. So there's that book. Thank you, Christina. Hi, Flo. Good to see you. Okay, Angie, you're playing with your spirograph. Okay. I know Denise gave me 2 spirographs. I showed them on Monday. We're not going to do them today because I want to work in these 2 books. So, in these 2 color books. Let's see who else. Thanks, Tina. Hi, Rainbow. Anybody else I miss? Don't forget, guys, if you're talking to me, put it in caps. And if I miss you, I'm not trying to remind you, I'm not trying to miss you. But chat does move fast, especially if I'm working on something. I glance over here, I'm looking for anything in caps. I do go back and scrub through my chat later to make sure I haven't missed anything or anybody new or anything important. So I do go back and check the chat. Hubster always teases me. He comes in the room and I'm watching one of my replays on mute, and he goes, "Why do you have it on mute?" I said, "Well, I know what I said. I'm just looking at the chat, scrubbing through the chat to see what everybody else said." Okay, so I just kind of scrubbed through to make sure I didn't miss anybody new or So yeah, I haven't played with it yet. So and okay, Angie. All right. Yeah, we have Samantha. I'll show y'all a picture again. Oh, I'll just show y'all one of Samantha's graduation. Let's see here. Oh, scrolling. All right. Well, I'll show you two. Here's one. This is her, their little graduating teddy bear. So there she is there. And then here's a full picture. So yeah, so that was her graduation Friday. Oh, thank you, Terry. You're so sweet. I have to send you something out. Send you a thank you, girl. Thank you so much. Let me write you down. All my other happy mail and super chats I sent out. I went to the post office yesterday. Anything left over, I did send out yesterday. And so, yeah, caught up on all my happy mail. So after Cameron left, he left. Hubster took him up the airport about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think his flight was at 11, so he took him up the airport. He made it on there, and everything was fine. And I was glad that he had a window seat so he could lean up against the wall and sleep the whole way. So, oh, let's see. I know, right? Thank you, Terry. I'm scrolling here. Uh, I know. Thanks, Nana. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Yeah, the what do you call it? The stadium. Now we went to I told you I explained it all on Monday how they break out the graduation, the walk across the stage part. They break those out by different degrees, and so that way, because there's thousands. I think there was 10,000 all total. So let me show you this, but I think I saved the picture. Where is it? Of the whole stadium. Maybe it's in Denise's. Hang on. I need to take a picture of that if I didn't. Scrolling back, Denise and I talk a lot. Hang on, I gotta scroll back. Maybe I don't have that. There it is. Let me take a picture of it. Screenshot my picture here. There's the whole stadium. There's all the graduates and the guests are around the stadium, but look how big it is. I think it was like close to 10,000, 9,000 something. So anyway, so these don't walk the stage. They walk the stage on Friday in individual degrees in different, areas of the campus. And that's where we went to watch Samantha go. Yeah, anyway. All right, let's see here. Guys, how do you welcome. Okay, so I showed that. All right, let me go ahead and do what we didn't do on Monday because Terry wasn't here. So I said I'll wait for Terry to come on. Plus, I just did a short stream. I only did a 45-minute stream on Monday because Cameron was here sick. So I wanted to go, take care of him and everything. All right, so I'm going to dig in here and I'm going to get a little handful and I pull the top 5 and I write those down. So Monday was let's see, it's the week of the 11th. So it was 5/11. Today's the 13th. So yeah. And I pulled 5 prompts. Don't forget, guys, put it in caps if you're talking to me. All right. So here we go. Let's pull off the top so Terry can have them especially. But anybody, and just please write them down. So when you don't think, well, I don't know, I don't have anything, I can't think of anything to draw or combine or recombine. Well, here you go. All right. We got reflection, dejected, lime, numbers, and Rapunzel. I guess Rapunzel is dejected because of a reflection. Okay, so we got reflection, dejection, lime, Rapunzel, and numbers. There we go. Those are our 5 prompts for the week. So if y'all want to write them down. I know that you just never know, right, Terry? They're always interesting. It's always different. All right, so let me put that over here in my place I keep them. Let's move the bowl. My little paints there. And let's go ahead. And I have not picked anything to read yet. The Book of Unusual Knowledge. We've been doing food. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, well, here, I just opened this up. This is a real origin of the Barbie doll. Let's go here. My yellow highlighter. I just highlight them as I do them so I know that we've read them because we're doing this book for the year. Laverne sent it to us, so we're reading it out of it for the year. All right, let's see if my voice will hold up. I might have to bust open that Sumo orange. Hi, Devin. Hi, Ambient. And I don't know if Devin's streaming today. She can put it in there. Diamond Dot. Oh, the size is 14 by 14. It was stunning, Arlene. Y'all go follow Arlene over on Instagram. It was beautiful. That's large. That's pretty large for one of those. Diamond dots take forever. I mean, I started doing it. I've done a couple bigger ones, and I did them for Samantha back, when she was in high school. So it's been a while, but because she just graduated college Friday. But I really love them. And but it takes too much time. I have just other things I'd want to do, So what was I going to say? Devin. Yeah, Devin, are you streaming today? I'm not seeing an answer yet. Oh, thanks, Kat. There's Arlene's Instagram there. I like to shout y'all out. We try our best. Okay, Devin's just saying hi to people. So I don't know if she's streaming today or not. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and read. No, she's not. Okay. The real origin of the Barbie doll. It didn't take long for the Barbie doll to become not only an iconic toy, but also a symbol of adult style and ambition. And y'all might have heard the story of the Barbie doll. And remember, this book's about 10 years old. But although this won't probably change because, where exactly did the Barbie doll come from? When Barbie appeared in 1959, she was the first full adult-style toy for young girls. Previously, girls were offered stuffed animals and vinyl baby dolls, which were presumably meant to evoke their maternal instinct. But Barbie was a creature to which a young girl could aspire, albeit one that was, rather statuesque. German influences. Before Barbies, there was Bild Lilly, Bildlilli, an alluring model of a cartoon character from German newspaper Bild. Clad in a short skirt and tight sweater, Bild Lilly was sold in tobacco shops and bars. Ruth Handler, the genius behind Barbie, understood that young girls were in a hurry to grow up. Handler had noticed her own daughter, Barbara, assigning her paper dolls growing up roles while playing with them. When Handler spotted Bild Lilly during a family vacation in Europe, she recognized the doll's commercial potential and purchased several in different outfits. Barbie's earliest appearance, although toned down from that of Build Lily, still showed much to her forerunner. She was pale, with pouty red lips and heavily made up eyes that cast a knowing sidelong glance, and her measurements, which on a human counterpart would equal 38, 18, 32, were absurd. Barbie also was a perfectionist icon, holding at least 95 different careers. Her original job description as a teenage model dressed in the latest style, that was in quotes, even though she looked at least a decade older, later evolved into a non-specific career girl with astronaut, ballerina, doctor, pilot, attorney, paleontologist, presidential candidate, just to name a few. Millions of baby boom children grew up imagining themselves as Barbie, who went on to acquire a boyfriend, Ken, close friend, Midge, little sister, Skipper, and a wardrobe that any movie star would envy. Actually, acquire could also have been Barbie's middle name, although it was Millicent. At first, it was just a trunk to hold her elegant clothes and teeny accessories. Then came furniture, a beach house, accessed via luxury cars, pink Cadillac, red Porsche. Her features and hair softened. Her other friends, Stacy, a British pal, and Christy, her African American friend, came and went. And after the longest engagement in history, she finally dumped Ken, who was named after Handler's son. During the past half century, Barbie has reflected both fashion and social history. Charlotte Johnson, who originally dressed the doll, took her job seriously, interpreting interpreting the most important clothing trends of each successive era. Barbie also top designers include Armani, Christian Dior, names a whole bunch of designers. But when but what once was all right, here's the decline of the Barbie era. But was once cutting edge now had become rather staid. What excites little girls nowadays is a hypersexualized, even more cartoonish Bratz dolls. Now remember, this is 10 years ago, which often came in poorer role models. In comparison, Barbie looked square and had accordingly lost market share. Her future seemed to be more of a nostalgic collectible for adults. Indeed, a complete collection of early Barbies plus friends and outfits was auctioned for record prices at Christie's in 2006. A single doll Barbie in midnight red sold for $17,000. In an odd way, Barbie has come full circle. From her soared bar hopping start as Build Lily, Barbie has once again become a toy for grown-ups. I think that's it. Yeah. So there we go. Thank you, Laverne. All right, so let's see here. So I want to zoom in. All right, let me scroll back, make sure I didn't miss anything while I was doing all that reading. Don't see anything in caps. Oh, Tina said the camper van. Oh, let's see. It's getting when they came out. My mom thought it was the ugliest dog I ever saw. Well, y'all know for a couple of years, and they're all on my Instagram. I did Barbie photography for a couple of years, and I guess it was. I don't say I ran out of ideas, but I felt like I'd done so many different ones. I did a couple hundred Barbie photography, and some of my posts had 4, 5, or 6 different posts with photos with each one, and I love doing it, and I still think about doing it every now and then. Hang on. I think the last one I told y'all about, or I posted, I didn't repost it this year, but I reposted it last year, and I had done a few of them. I mean, reposted a few times. Was my Obi-Wan Kenobi on May the 4th be with you. Did I keep the picture of it here in my pictures? Hang on. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to find it quickly. But I revamped a Ken doll into Obi-Wan with Yoda and it was Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I can't find it right now. But they're all in my Instagram. Oh, is that it? No. They're all in my IG over the years. I posted lots of Barbie photography, and some of them I think are really funny. Not finding it. Nope, can't find it right now. So can I use your idea for all caps on my live? Of course. Everybody, well, I wish everybody would do that. But here's the thing, just make sure you tell them, Evie, tell them I'm not going to think you're yelling at me. Because in internet world, it's always been assumed that if you put it in caps, you're yelling at somebody. And that's why I always tell everybody, put it in caps. If you're talking to me, I'm not going to think you're yelling at me. So make sure you specify that, because people are, a little leery of posting things in caps, thinking it's going to come off as rude. But to me, I like it when people, put it in caps when they're talking to the streamer, because it's easy to spot, especially if your stream's going fast like mine does. It goes really quick. Let's see. Hi, Judy. Oh, what'd she say here? Such a happy be. Oh, it's good to see you, Judy. Good to see you. And then it's also easier to spot and click like I just did, and shout out different ones. Let's see. That's an old one, Barbara. That's one of my first ones. I think it was actually the very first one that I did with Janet as part of the team, the Barbie team. Y'all need to go to my IG. I'm telling you, go to my IG, scroll back till you see a Barbie. And then they're funny. They're really funny. Christina, did I get your IG? Well, did you just send it? Let me see. Let me go look. Did I get Christina's IG? When did you send it, Christina? I'm looking here. Christina, I don't see you in my messages. But I can go try to find you. Well, now again, I'm not sure what your name is. Is it Christina331 on IG? Let me see if I can find you. Christina. That's not you. I don't know your name on. I did not get a message. I'm looking through all my messages here and I don't see you, Christina. When did you send it? Scrolling. Nope, I don't see it. Unless it was you're 331, Christine. Okay, let me look up 331. Hang on. A lot of times, guys, people have set their messages to go away in a day or something, maybe 2 days. I'm not sure. I don't have mine set like that, but they'll go away. Okay, all right, let me look up 331. Hang on, 331, Christina. Okay, there we go. All right, now I found you. Okay, so here's her newest one. She doesn't say I'm going to like it. She doesn't say what book it's from, or where's it from, Christina. But Christina's 331 Christina. There we go. So what is this? What book is this out of, Christina? Some little elves. There you go. So it doesn't say here. Or did you just draw it? Maybe you just drew it. But it looks like an elf, some kind of an elf book. But you could have just drawn it. I don't know. So yeah, y'all go follow Christina. 331 Christina. Let's see. Hi, Dot. Who else am I missing? All right. All right, so she's not answering right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this real quick. Oh, I'm going to zoom in. I showed y'all, I did a flip of my old mouse guard, the one from 10 years ago, and then, which you can't hardly buy anymore. And then my book from View, she sent me this for my birthday, and it went around the United States about Goblin Core. Okay, is that a name of a book, Christina? Is that the name of a color book? I'm not familiar with it. Hi, Joanne. So, and this has been out for a little while. View tried to get it to me like right away when it first came out, but it went around the United States for about a month. Uh, Thanks, Kat. So thank you, View. I haven't seen View in here this morning. So if you watch this later, thank you so much. So I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip the book, and then I want to watercolor and maybe acrylic marker and pencil, of course. You know, I always add pencil. So hi, Jen, reading with pugs. Good to see you. Hope you're well. All right. Do you have this one, Jen? Do you have this fantasy world coloring book? Um, traveled through all the lands. It did, Devin. So, okay. So I'm going to put this. I think Tina did this page here. Follow Tina. Tina's Catacomic 64 on IG. And if you want to see Tina's coloring in this, and as is View, you have two copies. Of course you do, Jen. Of course you do. Sprite is up just a tad. There we go. So I'm going to flip through it, and I'll just read a minute of this. Welcome. Once upon a time, when I was very young, I would spend entire afternoons lost in worlds of my own making. With pencils and scraps of paper, I drew endless maps of kingdoms that had never been seen, meadows where magic bloomed, and secret bays where mysterious creatures swam. These were my hidden places, sanctuaries of wonder where I could wander, escape, or simply dream. Years later, those cherished daydreams have been taken form in this fantasy world color book, the first in a set of 2 volumes. This book is my invitation for you to journey into those same realms of my childhood where imagination has no boundaries and every page holds a story waiting to be told through your colors. And then she goes on about, you know, the mermaids and the kingdoms and all that. Oh, thank you, Kat. So there we go. And yeah. And so Emily Lindenhall Oberg, and she has other books out too. Fairy Tales and Folklore, Happy Day Coloring Postcards, Christmas Coloring Postcards. I think I have her other, at least one. I know I have one of her books, but I can't tell you if that's the one, the name. So anyway, and then she has, here's The Magical Door, a welcome in verse from the author. So it's a little poem here. Here's a map of the fantasy world, the magic meadow. So it's broken up, I guess, by these different worlds. So she's got the Royal Kingdom, Enchanted Forest, Mermaid Bay, Misty Mountains, Magic Meadows, and Fairy Tale Gardens. And so they're all broke out by that. Okay. Oh, good grief. Tina's got a bird in the porch. I don't know. Tina sits out on the porch when she lives in Florida. She stays out. She streams, watches streams outside on her porch. I think the Wi-Fi situation is that's, and we understand that. If y'all weren't around back, 16 years ago when we were starting on Ustream, we get it. Let's see. Hi, woman. Woman with the weenie has dachshunds, so that's why her name is what it is. So don't anybody get the wrong impression. I just call her woman, so I don't have to explain it every time I say her name. Let's see. Another crested titmouse. They're so pretty. Oh, okay. All right. So let me just kind of flip through here. I've not picked a page. I did flip through it, but I haven't picked a page. And I haven't picked a page in Mouse Guard either. So I want to kind of do a little in both. I like this. I might do this frog page, unless I find something I like better. But I do like this frog page. And my idea is I pulled my watercolors. I pulled some watercolors here. And these are all different. There's Daniel Smith. There's just different brands in here. Put in the individual pans, squeezed out into individual pans, and put in one of these Meeden. They come blank, and I think they come with some pans. And so, yeah, I got them all here, including a set down the middle here of, what was her name? Jean Haynes. I think Jean Haynes. Those are some Daniel Smith, Jean Haynes brand ones down the middle there. I love those colors. So I ran out of pans, so I put them down. And I have other sets like this, but I just gravitate to this one. And then I pulled some grabby, and these I've not put in. I've not put these, banded these up or put them in. These are double sided, so they really need to lay flat. And but because they're double sided, I've not put them in a case or anything because they're double sided. I want to see both colors, but I hate floppy plastic. I hate that's a pet peeve of mine. Is floppy, and I don't really want to put them in a case. I don't know. Anyway, so these are some grabbies, double sided, that are just still sitting in these um, little plastic thingy majigs. So I pulled those, and I also have out my Langau gel pens here that are you can add water to them and make them move with water. So I pulled those because they're very tiny, 0.5, I think. So they're very tiny, so you can get in tiny details. So I pulled all three of those things to work in these books. I do. I don't like packaging. I don't. So anyway, so let me just flip through, and I'm kind of looking at it with you because I do like that frog. So far I'm looking at it, and I don't color in order. And y'all know I don't have to finish a page before I move on to another one. No, y'all, I don't have to finish an art journal before I move into another. I work in multiple. I probably have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I know 4, 5, 6, 7. I probably have at least 8 current that I'm moving around in art journals. And I have many more art journals. I have hundreds of art journals, but I'm kind of moving around in 8. It's kind of like how I read. I'll read multiple books at the same time as long as they're not too much of the same genre, because then I think, well, was that in that mystery book? Was that in that archaeology book? So yes, that's true. Just me or just D. That's true. Let's see. Is that a rainbow ambient? So you can see it's very fairy tale, and books like these now are into Mermaid's Bay. Y'all know that these kind of books, if you ever finished one and you have a daughter or son and or grandchildren, these are so good for if you wanted to finish one, and it would be a heritage book that you could pass down. Even if you didn't finish it, even if you finished some. I have mom's color books that she's colored in. I got mom coloring back when she couldn't really do much cross stitch. She and grandma both were amazing cross stitch artists. But grandma, her eyes kind of, by the time she was in her 80s, early 90s, she couldn't do cross stitch. And mom, she was in her 80s. Well, I think she was probably in her late 70s when I got her into color books. And so I have quite a few of her color books that she's colored in. All the color books that she owned that she did not color in, but just had collected up. I did give those away after she passed, but I kept the books of hers that she had, colored something in. So I have mom's coloring books. So I really like this mermaid section. I think that, anytime I see mermaids, I think of Xandra. That would be a good one. A mermaid, what do you call it? Unicorn. I like that one too. And then here's the Royal Kingdom. They're so sweet. I mean, they are. And you can just, my idea here is to watercolor base and then add details with acrylic markers and Langau gel pens. Love hearing the Asian. Aw. Yeah, Evie. Yeah, mom started coloring in her 70s. And I can't tell you an exact year. I think when she passed, she was 86, I think. And grandma was 96. Yeah, I think. And I could have that wrong. Just like I had, how old are my cats? I thought they were 12 years old. And Hubster goes, no, they're only 10. Okay. I seriously lose track of time. I just don't think about it much. I don't think about time. I don't think about my age. I just live day to day. I like living in the day to day, whatever's going on. I just deal with it one day at a time. So, and I stay happy that way. The good Lord, and a day by day, it makes me happy. All right, so there we go. And that's that. So I think I don't know, do y'all have a preference? The unicorn, mermaid, or the frog with the house? This will take less time, I think, but I really do like the details in this. What do y'all think? Do you like the frog or the unicorn mermaid? Which one do y'all like better? And then I'm going to go pick out a mouse. I'm going to color two today. I'm going to work on two today. Um, don't horrible time. Yeah, I have to write down every birthday. I write down everything. I post-it note everything. I mean, I got every post-it notes all over here. Here's another one for what's today is my community tabs. I got this little stack over here. I got, and that's just the ones that are ongoing. After something happens, like I write down to the title of today's stream and I write it on post-it note. And when it's done, today's stream, that goes in the trash. All right, let's see. Mermaid. We got let's see. Frog. I don't know. Looks like more frogs than mermaids. Looks like I think the frogs are winning. It looks like frogs have won. Okay, frogs won, mermaid later. Okay. And here comes, of course, Malibu. Yeah, I do. I go through some post-it notes. I do. And I don't remember who sent me the last batch, but I really did appreciate because I was down to the last bits. So, Malibu, I'm so sorry to disturb you. All right, so now let me go over here to Mouse Guard, and if she gets mad because I'm flipping the book on her head, then she can move. Cloud warning, yes. She's hanging on for dear life. All right, let's see if I can scrunch her over a little. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go through Mouse Guard, and it's going to be on her head. She'll have to move if she don't like it. But I'm going to flip through this and decide what do I want to color out of Mouse Guard. So I'm going to do the same technique. Watercolor and look at her kicking it. You see her kicking it? Oh, I see, babe. I know. You just think I'm sitting here just talking to you, right? Purring away. Okay, so let's see. What do I want to do here? I'm just going to kind of flip and decide. Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do to stay happy, stay in the joy. So, all right, let's see. I do like the little. I want to do something with the mouse, probably mainly. And I can't get too. I mean, I can get as complicated of a page I want because I'm not going to probably finish any of them. Maybe the snake. Maybe the snake one. All right, let's put a post-it on that. I know, right, Ellen? And good morning. If I miss saying good morning to you. But I like flipping through them with you guys. I mean, I know I flipped through it on Monday, but, all these books in the library, that'll be lemon water hiccups. Sorry, guys. Oh, just so y'all can see it again. Are you happy being upside down and looking at your mama? She's just here. She was staring up at me. That's a good one too with the two mice. And you could color them gray, brown. You could color them different colors. And I know there's a story to these. And I'll show you the other one that I've colored before. I don't think I stayed true to the colors that are in the books. That one's good too, like a queen or something. Lots of mushrooms. I kind of like that one. It's not the mouse himself. I like the flowers. The mouse generals. That's a good one too. Well, they're all good. I don't mean that, but which ones I'm attracted to. And like that one. I know she is, Christine. She is adorable. But sometimes when you want to work, You know, I do have to, like when I'm working on, and I want to try to finish now that the whole hubbub of the graduation and the kid, you know, Samantha's doing her, she's going to work on her, she has some different people she's working with to sell her creations or her fashion creations through for the summer while she's looking for something more permanent. She just kind of wants to take a summer just to sew and make creations. And so and she has people that'll sell her stuff. And so I'm going to get back to finishing Kathy Berg's uh, portrait I'm doing of Jack, and that's got pan pastels involved. I said all that to say that there's pan pastels involved in that. And little Malibu, who's sitting here holding on to my arm, um, cannot be in here when I'm doing pan pastels. Because I told y'all, some of y'all will remember a few years ago, she got into my red, yellow, and blue pan pastels, and you can't wash that stuff off of them. If that stuff gets in cat fur, especially white cat fur, there's no getting rid of it. It just has to like grow out. And it's non-toxic, so she could lick it, but it just spread it. It just spread it. She was red, yellow, and orange for weeks, if not months. Red, yellow, and blue, rather. So that's a nice simple one. Well, I would want to do this stained glass a certain way. Okay, so let's see here. So I have this queen, well, or I don't know, enchantress. I got her, or I got the snake. What do y'all vote on? The snake or I'll call her the enchantress. Which one do y'all like the best of these two? This one, the snake, or this one? Let's see. You do remember it, Arlene? Let's see. Hi, Kate. Anybody else I missed coming in? The mouse guard, I don't think it is only ships in US at right now. I think mouse guard only ships US at this time. All right, so Arlene's going, not the snake. All right, we're going with the enchantress then. All right, so we're going to do the snake. We're getting voted out of the snake. And I don't know if that's what she is. Guys, I can't remember the books. 10, 15 years, I don't remember. I haven't bought any new ones. I don't even know how many they have out now. He has out now. So I couldn't tell you. But I'll flip through and just show you a couple of the ones that I did in this book here. Okay, there's this one. Owl. This one's not finished. Remember, this is from 10 years ago. There is gray. This is kind of what he was wearing in the snake picture. Well, I won't go back, but this kind of leather strap things. There he is in the library. That one's not finished. This one he's a brown mouse. So I do them brown, I do them gray. I just do whatever, I'm not really trying to follow the storyline. There he is, gray. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Thank you, Barbara. I want some singing, Barbara. All right, Malibu, what am I going to do with you? I'm going to get my watercolors here, and you're going to have to slide all the way over. There you go. If you want to stay, you'll have to slide over there. I know. All right, so I'm just going to wet all these. And let's see. Do I want a water brush, or do I just, let's see, maybe a water brush would be easier. I like, when I'm by myself, I usually like a regular paintbrush, but it's easy to use a water brush on camera. And I'm going to zoom in. I need a tissue to clean the brush. Hang on, let me pick up my prompts and put them back up on the shelf. Get a couple Kleenexes and a baby wipe. All right. Got this huge chair with the fold down arms, and what does she do? She sits on the table still. A lot of good that I like the chair because I can sit cross-legged in it. So, all right, let's see. Let's zoom in. One more. Let's see. All right, so I got a baby wipe and some Kleenex. I just need one at a time. But this is what I'll clean my brush off with as I go. So let me put the cap right there so I don't lose it. I still got water in there. I might have to fill it up. So I'll clean it on a Kleenex. All right, so yeah, my chair is like 3 chairs wide, but I can sit cross-legged in it. Let's see. Okay, all right, Angie. Year answer right when I ask. Not easy with English. Oh well, also you do fine. Understand. I didn't see your question, but I'm glad. Yes, I'm going to watercolor. Now, let me start by saying first, this book is a little thicker than some color books are very thin, like copy paper thin. This is a little thicker than that. And the fantasy book is even a little tiny bit thicker. There's no texture. This one feels a little smoother. But you still can't oversaturate. Okay, also, or whoever wants to know. I gotta move my chair over somehow. Let's see. I can jiggle it over. Okay, there we go. You don't want to oversaturate. If you want layers of color, you need to let the layer dry and add another color, add another layer. You don't want to oversaturate because then it will seep through or be what do you call it? Buckle. It'll buckle it if you do. Okay. Hi, View. Have you ever eaten any of these sumo oranges? View and I always are comparing our lemon water, our bananas, our oranges when we stream. These things are amazing, and they feel squishy when you buy them. So you think, oh, those are old or they're no good anymore. No, that's how they come. They come squishy. They're called sumo oranges. I haven't broke into it yet. All right, baby, you're gonna have to move over. Yeah, you're gonna have to move over. All right, so I'm going to, and let me get a piece of paper to put on the book. Hang on, let me get up under this right here. This is a foam board covered with a nice paper, and I can just lift it up, and I keep like extra papers and stuff under it. I want to put on a bigger paper. Let's see if I can find. Do I have a 12 by 12 under there handy? Let's see here. Well, this is a little bit cardstocky. Let's get that. So that I can, if I put this up on here, if any water comes through, it's not going to go on the page. But I kind of want to do so you can see some of the colors. But okay, we'll see how it goes. All right, let's move this. Let's move this one for a minute. I'm going to just work on a little bit on each one. I know. They are so good. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. Those oranges. Ask Arlene. All right, so I got this here, and I want to try to keep it on the paper so it doesn't seep through onto the book. But you're not going to be able to see. I don't know which way is better. Can't really see all the colors, but if I go over here, I'm leaning over. So we'll see. It's going to have to be half and half, I think. And I got Malibu right here, like literally, like right there she is. I'm touching her. I know. All right. So not planned any colors or anything, but those are some kind of mushrooms. And so I think I really want, I'm going to do them like the red mushrooms, the kind that, and I sprayed all this down, but I'm going to spray it again. Let me move it off the book, and I'm going to spray it again. And I don't necessarily try to color them all the same. Like if she appears later in the book, which I think she's a couple of pages, I don't try to color her the same outfit, same colors. I don't do that. Every page is unique. Let's see. Hi, Lauren. You came in late. Have you tried watercoloring? Yeah, we're going to be doing that today. Yeah, I've already picked a page. We've already picked this page. I'm going to do work on both pages, and put it in caps if Lauren. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Okay. I won't think you're yelling at me. Put it in caps. But yes, we're going to be coloring we're going to be coloring Mouse Guard and that book that View sent me for my birthday. That finally got it. I did a hi Hermie. I did a flip of both of these earlier. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Do I want a little? Let's put a little bit on. All right, so I'm going to start by just giving it a kind of an orangey, and I leave these colors on here because they kind of you can reactivate them, you know. All right, so let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and is this? I'm not even sure what this is. Is this? Well, I think it's supposed to be those. Is it called morel mushrooms? Again, I'm not squeezing extra water out here. If I want extra water, I'll put it over here. But I just want to base it. Oh, there we go. I have some space. She moved. And then you got to let it dry if you want another layer. But I also pulled, like I showed earlier, some acrylic brush markers and um, some Langau. What do we call them now? I don't have it written down up here. See, I keep it on my. We call them lawn guys. Tina, the lawn guys. The lawn guys gel pens. All right, let's see. I want that a little. I'm gonna squeeze some water out over here. I want this a little thinner. Oh, we're doing well. Thank you, Hermie. Good to see you. So I'm just kind of going from the orange to the red, kind of back and forth here. And I'm just going to plop all this down first. Then I'll probably go over to the fantasy world one because I want to start in both the books. And y'all know I don't mind working in multiple art journals, collage books, color books at the same time. I go back and forth. I'm still working in the Kirby one with the iguanas. I showed that Monday. How we doing showing here? And I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like mushrooms or flowers or what, but they're going to be red, whatever they are. And Jen, what are you coloring in? Reading with pugs? Are you been? Have you been reading? Jen also, she's a colorist and has colored tons of books, but she also reads about as much. She probably reads more than I do, and she also pre-reads like um, not edits. What do you call it when you pre-read a book uh, for the publisher? She reads books for the publisher, not editing them, but what's that called, Jen? What that you do with them? Is this a flower? You think, Asa? Is this a flower? Could be. I was thinking they just reminded me of the morel, not the color, but the texture of them. You know. I have page. Let's see what she says here. I have a page going in the fantasy book you're doing today. I'm working on diamond painting too. And are you still reading for publishers, Jen? You think it's a flower, Asa? Okay. Review book reviewer. Thank you. Thank you. Are you still book reviewing? All right, I'm just going to keep going here. So again, it's not going to bleed through the watercolor, but it can buckle if you get it too watery. So you want to just let it, put one coat on, let it dry before you go on to more layers. And the other thing too is if it feels a little tiny bit buckly, by the time you do the other side, I'm telling you, it won't be buckly at all. But again, I'm not squeezing any water out here. If I need any extra water, I'm coming over here. Don't squeeze extra water out. You don't want to oversaturate your pages. Let's see. Looking good as a mushroom too? Yeah. Whichever, leave it to your imagination. It's kind of like my collages. When I do collages, I might have something in mind, what things mean or what I think they mean to me, but I just you got to you use your own imagination of what it means to you. Symbolism, I love surrealism in collage because it can mean so many things and it can mean whatever you want it to mean. Dolly didn't go around telling everybody, oh, my melted watches mean this or that. I mean, he might have told somebody, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see here. A little bit right there. I'm just kind of trying to pick out the places. You got to kind of really look at it. And these look like the backside of some flowers. Could be the backsides of those, So we could do those. Maybe an orange color. This can be more red, and then let's make it more of an orange color here for the back sides, because then I can almost see some stems. Let's get this nice and wet. Might want it a little bit more. Let's see, a little more orange, and it probably all kind of looks the same color to y'all, but I'm coloring a rooster with plants for a prompt at the moment. At first, I thought you said you were coloring a rooster with pants. And I go, oh, that's cool. An animal, a rooster with pants. That's right, Devin. I'm the boss of my page. All right, this is going to need to be even more. I'm going to have to clean a little spot here. Let's clean a little spot to make some more orange. I need it lighter orange. There we go. And then after I do this, I'm going to go into the other book. So these flowers are going to be orange and red. And of course, we'll shade and everything. We'll shade them with, I'm thinking acrylic paint pen marker. Well, they're not, are they called markers? I guess they are. The acrylic paint pens, brush tip with details. And then if I want tiny details, we can use the Langau gel pens. Maybe now that Malibu's gone, I can move things around a little better. That's one of the flowers as well. I'm not sure how far these things go. Then we'll let it sit. If I need to, I'll hit you. And also, before you go in with pencil or any other kind of medium on top of your wet pages, you want to make sure they're 100% dry. You either have to let them dry on their own or hit them with the heat gun. Already mentioned what palette? A Meeden, Christina. I can't flip it over right now because it's wet. I can't show you the lid because I got paint in it right now. It's a Meeden. And then you get it's empty, and you get the little half pans like this. You get the little half pans and fill them yourself with whatever kind of paint. And I used all different kind of paint. Okay, here's another. They're kind of really overlapping here. It's overlapping. I'm just trying to follow them there. And that ends about right there. That would probably be a stem, I would say, right there. Because then we can shade, put details with the gel pens, color pencils, other things. But again, you want to make sure they're 100% dry. I'm just kind of trying to do one of them at a time so I can kind of determine where they actually are. Because then there's some stem, a stem. That looks like a tree trunk there, or some kind of a woodsy something. Okay. So right here. Right here. Do you have yeah, if you want water to come out of the so water flows out. Water flows out a little bit. But if you want, like right here, I'll squeeze water out right there. Or I'll just spray some out for more. But I don't want to get too much here. It's already, a lot there. But the water kind of flows. Do not squeeze it onto here. If you want extra water, squeeze it on your palette, not on your page, because you'll oversaturate. You'll get way, way too much. All right, this is getting a little wet there. Let's kind of sop that up. I'm not sure if those are the flowers. I think I'm coloring those some kind of wood something there just to make it different. Okay, up in here, I'm going to just think these are little orange flowers. And I try not to turn the book when I'm working so that you're not discombobulated, If I'm just working by myself, I'm turning it. All right, let's see. Right here's one. And there's a stem. And there's some little, little tiny little leaves, buds coming off of that big stem right there. I'm thinking that's the stem. And then this is some tree. I'm thinking that's a tree. But here we go. I do have this right here. The back side of this flower. And over here. And right there. Oop, got the wrong, hang on. That's the wrong orange. That's too bright. This orange. There we go. Hi, Ann Makes. Good to see you. Your cat is on your desk, intensely watching. I think Ann Makes showed me a picture before that her cat watching my videos. All right, let's see. There's a little bit of orange right there. And you're gonna miss areas that you'll have to go back into. There. And then I need some red again, right in here. And right there. Then a little bit of the orange right there. Okay. All right, some more orange. I see it needs more orange right in here. And I'm thinking that might be part of it, this background, whatever that background is. That's his arm holding that. His little fur cape, or her. I'm thinking this needs to be orange right behind her head right there. All right, so now I'm going to set this aside and go over to the fairy tale one for a minute. Let this sit. Oh, there's some orange right there. All right, let me get a sip of my lemon water. Behind her face and scepter. Oh, that does look like one, doesn't it? It does, Devin. Thank you. All right, we're going to go with that. All this right here is orange. The only red thing I'm doing is if it has the dots. Okay. Again, if you want it more pigmented, then wait till it dries and then add another layer or shading. You let that dry. All right, Devin. Anything else? That's the arm. That's the clothing, foot and clothing. But this back here, I'm thinking it's a tree of some kind. Like this is growing off of the tree. Although I did miss a little spot right there. Okay. The fairy tale book has a passport with all of the traveling. It does. High view again. All right. I'm going to leave it now for a minute. I'm just going to leave this. Okay. And I do have my palette on a piece of cardstock there. So I'm going to move this to the side because I want to work on two at a time because I want to. So this is the other one we're working on, and that's this frog in the house. So the same kind of thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I need some more Kleenex though. All right, the passports. Is it in the back or something? I'm not sure, or does it not come in the book? I'm not sure what you mean by the passports. View. There's a map. I know that it has broke out each section, but I don't know what you mean about the passports. Okay, let's see. Who's texting me? Is that my family? Yeah, it's family. Okay. All right, let me get a couple more Kleenexes. All right. She was joking. Oh, she was joking. Takes so long to get to folk. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I showed that. I showed that list view of how many places it went. All right, let's see here. I'm going to try to move this back and face it down just a little. There we go. A little, so I can move it a little closer to me. There we go. And it's still on a little palette here. All right, so I think I'm going to start with some browns in the house, and then let's just start with the lime green, the whole frog. Let's just do the whole frog a lime green. Eyes, everything. You can always go back and add highlights. It's going to color the whole frog in. Feet, everything. I can feel I don't want to add any more water right there. I can feel because it'll pill. You can feel it. When you go over something one time too many, you can feel it start to catch on the brush. You can just feel it saying, oh, no more water right there for a minute. Like right there, I almost added too much water. And I just put a blob of something else there off my finger. So we'll let that dry. Okay, now let's see. And it's got wings too. My old frog women lives in that house. Your old frog women. Okay. And I think I want these water lilies. Let's make a nice, pretty. No, there's. I like this pink from. What do you call it? What's her name again? That designed that set of Daniel Smith. Jean Haynes. I like this Jean Haynes bright pink. We're going to use that. Just color the whole thing, just a base. Get as much base coated as we can. And also, y'all know I used to do a lot of, and I still do for myself, um, watered down acrylic paint to do this same kind of thing. Instead of watercolors, just water down your acrylic craft paints, water them down, and then just put a coat for a base. Okay, let's get that. Oh, that's going to be green. Okay. That's a different. Well, I'm gonna do it the same flower. It's just nice to be have three of them. So let's do that. And then some cattails there. My Stanford. Maybe I should zoom in. I know y'all won't be able to see all the paints and what, but I think I'll zoom in one here. There we go. Is that better? Let's see, that's out of Desert Nails, Jane. Anybody else I missed coming in? I'm coloring in 2 books today. My 2 new books, my new mouse guard, and this one that View sent me. This is the Fantasy World. And I'm just base coating with some watercolor. And then we'll go back and add other things. Okay, there's a flower right there too. Devin will point it out to me. You missed one. Janet calls her bossy butt. Devin. She'll point it out. Okay, there we go. And the stamens and all that can be done. So remember, I'm going to go back in with acrylic paint and Langau gel pen, or as Tina calls them, lawn guys. No, I'm what happened was is I was right when I was talking about the Langau gel pens. Tina said the lawn guys are here, and so I thought she was saying something about how to pronounce Langau, and I said, "Is it pronounced lawn guys?" So now I'm calling them the lawn guys, just because of that. I already typed it. Oh, you did already type it in? Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Devin says she already had this typed in, ready to enter. That I missed a flower. All right, now let's see. I'm gonna go with one little shade dark. That's way too thick, so I want to water that down and do some of the greenery here around here. I want the frog to be the brighter of the greens. And I'm not doing a lot of mixing shades. I'm just kind of really using the palette as is. But you can take the time to, mix all your watercolors. Janet would. Janet would be mixing all kinds of watercolor colors. Now I'm going a little faster than I normally would if it was just me. I have to be ready because you move so fast. Well, yeah, that's true. I do. All right. Now these leaves here, I think I want them to be like maybe an olive green. So let's get an olive green in there. I don't see any of that. Add a little water. And these leaves will be a different shade of green. These will be olive green. At least for now. Who knows what color they'll end up being when we get in with the pins and stuff. And I do have some more. I've been giving away those bookmarks for y'all to color. You could do the same kind of technique on those bookmarks because the bookmarks are heavy cardstock. So I need to get my bookmarks ready for giveaway in a little while. What time is it? Oh, we're good. Felt so weird to do a short stream on Monday. I mean, that 45 minutes was like nothing. It's like, wow, that was short. But yeah, Cameron got back to Yellowstone yesterday. Hupster took him up to the airport and dropped him off. He was not feeling well, but he went. Dee Dee, I meant to let you know I received my. Oh, okay. All right. You got one of your happy mails. All right. That's always nice to know because, especially when. Oh, I just set my arm in that. Hang on. Now my sleeve. I mean, I'm wearing painty clothes, but I don't want this to spread to around the room. So let me kind of sop that up a little. It's nice to know when people get their happy mail because, like that one that I sent out to Teresa Lilly, who she hasn't answered me or she hasn't got back with me for a different address. 6 months it went around the world and returned. Well, not around the world. It was in the U.S. It was returned to me 6 months later. So I don't know if I have the wrong address. I double checked what I wrote down. I wrote down on the envelope what I have, but I could have got that wrong. So I have to wait and see if she gets back with me too. Oh, that's the wrong green. Hang on. I accidentally stuck my um in the wrong green over there. We go. To see if she gets back with me so I could resend it to her. But that was 6 months. So I said all that to say, and just like View, it took over a month for me to get this book that she sent me for my birthday. And it was funny to see the tracking, though. It went everywhere, didn't it, View? Everywhere. Okay. And then View this morning showed it took a month. It took a month for her to get one of the Tandy Arts tags that she'd won, and it had been slid open. And View was assuming it's because it had those the little ball trim on the tags that I'd made. And so even though I put it in between two pieces of cardstock, she thought, well, maybe the post people or whoever thought there was something else in there besides ball fringe. So anyway, the envelope had been sliced open, but the tag still made it fine. It still made it, but it was a month. It took a month to get that tag to View. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and let's do some of the wood. I just got my baby wipe here instead of I don't have a Kleenex handy. All right, do I still have water in there? Yeah. All right, let's see what color do I want. I think I want kind of a sienna. Let's go with, and y'all may or may not be able to see this. I'm going to start with a sienna color on the cattails. Okay. All right, and then I think I can do all different colors. Let's do kind of a reddish brown. More of a reddish brown than that. And let's do some of these posts out front of the cabin. And also be aware if you're doing watercolor, if you go up against something that's wet, like this frog, he's dry enough that when I get up to the top of this post, it's not bleeding in. But, watercolor is going to bleed into each other if it's wet. So you got to be careful of that. Let each section dry before you touch it with another color next to it because they'll bleed together. Okay, I think I'm going to zoom in one more. Let's see here. Just keep zooming as it goes. We'll have the zoomies. We'll have the zoomies. The paint bleeding the back. No, it's not going to bleed to the back because it's thicker paper. See, here's the trick to not bleeding through with watercolor. Now, alcohol markers, forget it. Alcohol markers are going to bleed through everything. Okay. But watercolor markers, the super tips, anything like that, it's the water, the amount of water that will make it bleed through. If you're just a nice, one coat at a time, let it dry, and then add more if you want it darker or shaded or whatever. If I want to go in here now and add darker under his neck or on those spots, I could do it now that this is dry. Or if you want to add pencil, or I'm going to use acrylic markers, let it dry. And you can tell if it's dry. If it's cold to the touch, it's not dry. Okay. If you can touch it and it's cold, it is not dry, especially if you want to go in with color pencils. If you go in with color pencils on top of wet medium, you're going to tear it. You're either going to tear it, peel it, rip it. That's the danger of water based media. Okay. All right. So let's see. I think I want to do one more thing. I'm going to do this kind of red, and that's this barrel here. And then some of the things like the little straps on the barrel or some of the windowsills or things like that, or you can go in with another. I'm just basing this right now. You can go in with another layer on top of it. All right, so now for the color of the cabin, I want it to be brown. But, I don't want it solid brown because I don't want it, oh, you can't see that. I don't want it solid brown like this because it'll just cover up the line art. So you want to kind of keep it watered down. Now I'm looking at this, and the windows I'll probably want to do yellow or orange, like there's light coming through, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Same thing for these little banners. Those little banners, they're going to probably be another color. But remember, I'm going to go in here with acrylic paint pens. And by the way, I have a little band-aid on my finger there. I cut like right where a hangnail was. So I put a little mini band-aid on it. I'm going to go over that with either the gel pens or acrylic paint pens, which will cover up whatever color I'm putting down. So same thing for like this steam pipe. That's a little too dark. Hang on. This steam pipe might end up being silver or gray. But right now, I'm just going to do this whole background. Now, I've got to be careful not to go over the wings because I do want the wing. So I'm just going to do the whole thing brown. It doesn't have to be that neat because I know that I'm going to be going back over everything. And I'm going to do the porch too. And I don't know if y'all can tell the difference in the browns here, but I can. But remember, don't oversaturate. If you start getting too wet, keep moving or come back to it after it's a little drier. I'm not sure if that's part of the house there. And it can be a little, I don't want to say choppy. It can be a little distressed looking because it's going to be wood. So if it's a little dry brush looking, then that's not bad either because it's wood. So it doesn't have to be a flat color. There's a little awning there. Let's get around the frog head there. And then after I do this, I'm going back to mouse guard for a minute. Let this sit. And again, I could get my heat tool out and dry it quickly, but let's just, move to the back and forth between the two books. It probably bothers some of y'all if I go back and forth between two books, but oh well. Let's see. That's what I love about mixed media kind of stuff. Yeah. I know, right? You can always just go back in with pencil. Pencil. All right, so let's see. That's part of that's part of the house. There we go. the cabin rather. Then I'm going to get the dark brown as well and I could do, again, I could do this with the acrylic or gel pens, the little tiny details like that. And this could be a little dark green here on the stem. And I don't know what color I'm going to do the background. I'll probably paint that in something, blue and black, or I don't know. We'll see. Right now I'm just concentrating on this. Now, see, it looks messy, but that's what wood looks like. I'm going to leave it. Okay, we're going to go back. Don't just hang loose. All right, now let's go back to the mascara. Now, again, I might have to dry it. Let me feel of it. Yeah, see, it's still cold. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun just to make sure. All right, let's move this over to the side a little bit. Let me get some more. I still got water in my water brush. Let me plug in my heat tool. Hang on. Get a couple more Kleenexes for the brush. And let me go ahead and pull my bookmarks out so I don't forget for our giveaway. Have no place to put this in. I got paint on it. All right, let's see. Bookmarks for the giveaway. All right, let me fix my chair. Let me crank it up. There we go. It's sliding around in it. Okay. Let me go ahead and dry these. All right, hang on. I might be zoomed in once. Well, I want to stay zoomed in because I want to do the detail. Hi, So Carrie. Looks like the mice in the book are checking out. It does, look. And you can always dry the back side to help flatten it a little bit more, although it's not wrinkled at all. But it helps dry it quicker if you do the front and the back. All right, now let's move this one over here. Let's dry this real quick. It just helps keep it flatter. Okay, so let me move this because I want to go back to the here for a minute. All right, so before I go into more watercolor, because I want to show using some of the other stuff, let me just sop up some of this water here on the palette so it's not falling on the table. And move this off here for a minute. I don't have any room. My orange is taking up all the room. Let's move the orange out of the way. The orange and my phone. Okay. All right, so let me move my palette off to the side here. And at 10:30, we'll do the giveaway. So if y'all need to go get something to drink or something. All right, so and I'm going to paint and do other things in here, but I'm going to stop with the watercolor for a minute so I can do some detail with some other things. Oh, I got to move where can I put this? Place. I have no handy place to put my other books. Okay, let's see. Move the heat tool over there. All right, let's see. Well, I hate to just put it on top, but I think I'm going to have to because I have no other space. All right, so now, like I said, I pulled my grabbies, which I do not like these trays, that my double-tipped grabbies. Okay, it comes with 3 trays, and they're double tips. So you have 2 colors on 1 pin, which is nice. You have less pins. So this is like 60 colors in 30 pins, right? Dual tip. But the trays that they're in, I cannot stand these plasticky trays. But for these particular pens, I haven't found a better solution for right now. My other acrylic pens, they're only one-sided. So I only have to see one side when they're in a bin or in a basket, whatever. I only have to see the one side when they're laying on something else. But with these, you got to see both sides. Well, If I had a bigger table, Angie, I'd just fill it up. You know, I actually right now this is a 10-foot table with a 6-foot table at an L, and then behind me I have, think it's an, is it an 8-foot or six, another 6-foot table behind me. So and they're all full. So if I decide if this was bigger, it would just get filled up. So it's okay. All right. So now I want to. I think I'm going, and I need another piece of paper to do pen color testing. Hang on. Okay, so, and I want to make sure that that doesn't go through. So let's get another paper to make sure. We got extra papers here. There we go, to test the pens on. Colors, test the colors on. Hi, Messy Di. If you go back, if you weren't here at the beginning, Di, I talked about the conspiracy chickens. I showed the conspiracy chickens and talked about the conspiracy chickens. If you missed it, because I think it was Kat that told me you and Pam were asking about the conspiracy chickens. I talked about the conspiracy chickens. I don't know if you've seen the conspiracy chickens. Here, I'll show you one. Hang on. Here's the one with the tinfoil hat. And Janet and I, oh, let me show that again too. Janet and I each have our own tinfoil caps. So we're good. We're all good. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So now let's see what I want to do here. Let's see. Let's pick this red one here. The darkest. I think it's the darkest red. Let's see what we can do. But I think I do want to highlight around each one of those little dark spots to make them look a little glowy. But let's see here. Let's see what happens. See, is that even going to show up? And go around the edge. This color is almost exactly the same as the color I picked. So you're not going to see it much, but maybe a little. So I want to go around, add some detail here. And this, whatever this goes on, it's going to go over. So like on the edges here, when I go over the edges, it's going to, you're going to lose the black line, which I'm doing on purpose here. Because it's acrylic paint and it's going to cover up. Now, see, that's not showing up very well. I don't know if I need to lighten it or it's that it's not, because red does not do well on camera. Just saying. Notice that the cap. Nobody, oh. Yeah, we like our conspiracy theory. Okay, so I'm just going to go around, and again, you're not going to be able to see this much because of the red, but I'm just going to kind of do a little bit in here. Then we'll go to the orange. The orange will show up better. But what I want to do is I'll probably go around some of these the black spots with some like even a white Posca, and then when the white Posca dries, I can go over it with a red pencil. So it'll still have. I'm just going to do this quickly here because y'all can't probably see it very well. It's almost exact same color. I can see a little bit of it, but it's not showing up very well on camera. So let's just see. All right, so there's a little bit of the red. All right, now let me get, let me see, do I want to do it with a Posca? Or let's see, I don't know how if I've tried the, let's see what, let's go with the white Posca. Hopefully people will have on sunglasses when they wear those hats, so you'll see. I'm going to be honest, Shelly, I have not worn that outside. Hupster would go nowhere with me. He won't go anywhere with me when I'm wearing Wolfie. let alone wear a tinfoil hat cap. Oh, here comes the Malibu. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I want to do is just put a little bit of a. Let me see if this one's how this one is doing. This one I might need to get out another one. You know what? I think I'm going to get out my white Lang Panda Fly. Panda Fly white gel pen. These things are amazing. They come in white, silver, and gold. White, silver, and gold. Panda Fly. All right, let's see here. I'm just going to kind of outline these little dots a little. And then when it dries, I can go over it with a red pencil. And then you'll still see the white, the brightness. You'll still see the brightness. And the same thing if you used a, what do you call it, a Posca. But you can turn it so it's not bright white. But right now I'm just going to kind of go in here and outline these spots. Yeah, that's showing up good. And you can do all kinds of textury stuff and all kinds of stuff with your gel pens, your Langau or your whatever kind of gel pens, or your acrylic markers. They are, right? So Carrie, they are. Telling y'all, if y'all have trouble with other gel pens, I've not had any issues with these Panda Flies. Now, I ordered a couple different sets of the Panda Flies, and they had a different name when they came. They're Panda Fly. They're the exact same pen, but they had a different name on them. So if you order Panda Flies and it comes in name, what's the other name on them? Let me look here. Pigment. Oh, here. And you get one that says Lecrio. It's the same thing. It just has a different name. Don't ask me why. You know, these are coming from China. But the Panda Fly, white, silver, and gold are amazing. And then I did see a hack, and I think Janet showed it too. There's a hack that if you have the gel pens, whatever those other brands that they always seem to dry up. They seem to dry up, and then you can't get them to shake them, and you scribble them, and you write them in your hand. You can't get them to work again. What you do is you take the end off, and you might have to take pliers to take the end off and push like a kneaded eraser into it, and it kind of pushes the air in. It kind of like gives it a vacuum seal type of thing. And so when you push in some kneaded eraser, you could probably use one of those things that you use to hang pictures with, no, what do you call it? Anyway, stuff that's like a kneaded eraser, and shove it in there. It causes a suction vacuum thing, and that can cause it to work. So, and a whole bunch of people have shown that. So I think that would be good. Let's see, Christine. Different Christine. Let's see which Christine. Oh, Cat and Pace. Hi, C&P. I call her C&P, not Christine. So another Christine, but Christine is Cat and Pace, C&P. Good to see you. So you can use the, do that suction vacuum thing with the kneaded eraser in the back and give it a suction thing. I don't know what. I hope that made sense. It's a hack for gel pens. All right, let me keep going here. If you're just getting here, C&P, I'm working on 2 color books at the same time. I'm working in the new Mouse Guard, and I'm working in the Fantasy World. And then this one is the Mouse Guard, the new Mouse Guard. So I'm working in 2 books at once, if you're just coming in. Putty, that's the word I was trying to think of, Di. Putty. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to think of putty. I couldn't think of that word. But anyway, if either a kneaded eraser or some kind of putty in there that pushes the air down and creates that vacuum in there, and it pushes the ink out. So try that if you have gel pens that don't work. And then after that, buy the Panda Fly. Thank you, Di. And if y'all don't follow Messy Di, she's working on building a book, and she and Pam, Ginger Cat Pam, usually stream together. And Di's in Australia and Pam's on the West Coast, so they're usually streaming overnight. If I catch them, it's like at 4 in the morning. If I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, I'll turn them on in the background. Sometimes I'll say something. Sometimes I'm just doing other things, and I have them on in the background. But Messy Di is in Australia, and Ginger Cat Pam is in Oregon on the West Coast. Yes, it is the new mouse guard. I did a flip of it earlier, so if you'll go back, I think it's only shipping in the U.S. though, CNP right now, and I get it through Mouse Guard / Big Cartel, and but I think he's only shipped because I think he's self-publishing this. But I did show the old one too. So, all right, let's see what else I want to do right here. So, I'm just going to kind of do a little here and there. All right, now let's go ahead and see what I can do with an orange acrylic. I don't want the orange. I want kind of like this. And these grabby colors are not, they're numbered, but there's no name. So let's see what that looks like. That's going to be too tangerine, I think. Let's go over here to this one. Let's try this one. That's almost the same. It's not different enough. Let's try this one. That's a little more orange. Maybe. Let's try this next one. And they're double-sided, too. Let's try that one. That's a little light. I might use that light one as a highlight with... Do I like this darker one, or do I want to get into a brown? It's not orange enough for me. So I might have to go into a different set to get let's try this brown, to get another color. No, that's not the right color either. I have a color in mind, and this set doesn't have that color in it. It's got the lighter shade. It's got this shade, which is almost just one shade lighter than what I have here. But I want one shade darker than this, and none of these colors work. Can you see that? None of those colors are working for me. So I'm going to have to get up here and try. Let's see. Let's just pull this set. I have these Artex, and then I also have these googly eye. I forget the name of them. It's not acrylic. It's goo something. I don't have it written down right now. All right, so I'm going to go here to these other acrylic markers, and this is just a bundle of all different kinds. They're all essentially the same. Okay, they're all essentially the same. They just have different colors, and the grabbies this set anyway, have dual tip. So you get two colors in one. But I'm telling you, they're all acrylic markers. They're all, whether you go with Artex, whether you go with this one's just called acrylic marker. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they're essentially all the same. They're acrylic paint pens. Acrylic marker, brush tip. Get brush tip though. All right, so I want an oranger color. So let me come over here to the oranges. And let's see, what about this orange? There we go. That's better. And maybe one that's just a little more sienna. Let's see this. Ooh, this one might be good. That's a good one. I think I'm going to go with these two and not the grabby. All right, I'm going to go with those two. And I kind of want a sienna color, but I'm not seeing the exact color. So I just might go with these two. That one and that one. They're not going to be enough to tell the difference. Let me test it. Let me test them out here. Yes, it's still too light. You can't even tell the difference. I mean, you can barely see it. So I'm going to have to go I think I'm going to have to go into the browns. I might have to go into browns. Well, that one's showing up a little. We'll just roll with this one. And then we could also go in with the Langau, i.e. the lawn guys. All right, so I'm going to go in here with some lines. I'm just going to do the little like veining. And you're probably not going to see it a whole lot because it's not a whole lot of difference. But I'm going to go in there with it anyway. And then we can always go in there with the Langau jelly roll, or I mean, gel pens. Yeah, I guess you can see that a little bit. And then if I go in there with a lighter gel roll, it'll be good, I think. All right, so let's just go ahead and do this. Remember, I'm working on 2 books at once. It's almost 10:30. I got 5 minutes, and then we're going to do our giveaway. I got to remember to stay in frame here because I'm so zoomed in. Okay, am I missing anything in caps? Asa said, have to start. Okay, Asa, thank you. If y'all don't follow Asa on Instagram, y'all need to. She's doing some amazing coloring. So go follow Asa on IG. I showed her stuff earlier if y'all missed it. Okay, so let's just go in here with some lines. I'm just kind of doing some veining. We'll go in there with some other colors or gel pens. And I'll probably do her gray. Remember, you do it in layers. Let things dry in between. And you could use multiple shades of orange and everything. But I'm going to do most of that kind of stuff with pencil. Any additional shading. I'll do some more highlights with some of the Panda Fly white. Okay, so there we go. There's the orange. And also, guys, this is more subtle in person. This looks very contrast, like very stark on camera. It's not that stark in person. And the reds and oranges are hard to tame in a camera, especially when we're zoomed in. Okay, so let's just keep that. I might use that orange. Okay, now I'm going to stop on here for a minute. Okay, let that kind of sit for a minute. And we're going to go and let's just put this on top so that if there's anything wet there, go back to here. Okay, so we just got a base coat of watercolor. Just a base coat of different watercolors. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Before we do it, let's go ahead and do our giveaway. Let me find my mouse here. Let's zoom out. Hang on. Let me get some envelopes here. Hang on. Malibu's just so cute sleeping on the floor because she knows there's no room. All right, let's see. Let's get some envelopes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and y'all know how I've been doing the giveaways of these bookmarks to color is I've given y'all each, and I know, and why didn't you do that before we streamed? Because I just didn't have time. All right, so we got 4 different ones, 2 US, 2 international. And what I do is I give y'all each one of the 3. So pull 4 out here. These are the animals, and I'll just so you can kind of see them here. There's a moose. There's an owl. And there's some kind of a deer, a couple of deer there. So I'll give y'all each one of those. Then the cats. Yeah, sleep on the floor. I know. But look, Janet, look at my desk. Look. There's a pencil case right there. There's no room for her up here. All right, so let's go. Here's some. The first one doesn't pull out. I'll have to cut that out. Okay, so here's that one looks like Malibu and Oliver. Okay, so then here's cats. Come on. There's a cat and a kitten. A cat and a couple kittens. Another cat here and a little mirrored thing there. Okay, and then the last one are flowers. And I bought these at Books A Million. They have a lot in them. I don't know how many are in there. Each one, does it say? There's a lot in there, but I've been giving them out. See, look. You would fix it. She has a bed. She has a tower. She has places she can go, Janet. She doesn't have to lay on the floor. All right, so here's some. I'll see that one's kind of. I want to make sure that they're going to pull right out. It's a different flower, so everybody get a flower. So everybody gets 3 different types, and these are thick. They're cardstock weight, so you can watercolor on these. That one's not very interesting. Here, this one's better. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let me just kind of show you here. We got animals, flowers, and a cat. See? I got to pull this down again. I messed it up when I twisted it. There we go. Okay, then the next one, we got these flowers, cats, and an owl. And you don't know which one you're going to get. You just get what you get. It's a surprise. Flowers, cats, and a goose. And the last one here, flowers, cat, and a cougar or some kind. All right. All righty, let's see here. Get some Post-it notes. Thanks everybody for being here. This is my way of thanking y'all for all y'all do for the stream and for all the group and everybody that's here. All right, so and Janet, my mouse is not making it too well. I'm getting paint on it. Not today, but you know. Now my keyboard has been kind of protected because it's got this plastic. It's got this thin kind of plastic thing on it, so that's staying brand new, Janet. But the mouse, well, you know. All right, so let me get a thing here. All right, we'll do international first. So international only. How it works, guys, wait till I type in go. When I type in go, international only, that's anybody outside of the U.S., anywhere in the world outside the U.S. is international. You're going to put in a number between 1 and 100. One number only. Make sure you have live chat selected at the top. It won't matter. You'll still be in there, even if you'll see yourself, but you won't see all the chat if you don't have live chat. If you just have top or start or whatever else it's called, you're not going to see all the chat. And that goes for the replays as well. So if you watch a replay of anybody's live, you have to select live chat or you're not going to see all the chat. Okay. All right. Wait till I type in go. One number only, international only. Where's my mouse? Let's click down on my chat line. Okay. There you go. Okay, international. First two people closest without going over. Then we'll do the same thing again for US and two US. All right, let me bring up my random.org on my iPad. Okay. Random. Okay, so random.org. Here's our little number generator window. Okay, we'll do that here as soon as everybody gets their numbers in. International only. And there's less international. That's why I like to do that, to give the international people a chance to, you know. All right, let me take another sip of my. And after the giveaway, I'll take a quick BRB. And I know as soon as I leave here, Malibu's either going to jump up here or in my chair. All right, everybody. All right, Shelly, that's okay, Shelly. We won't count you, Shelly. Shelly is U.S. Try again in a little while, Shelly. Okay, yeah. Shelly doesn't count. All right, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hit your enter button if you haven't already. International. 1. Okay, here we go. First 2 people closest to 79 without going over. 79 without going over. If you went over, if everybody went over, I will pick new numbers, but or you know, what I'll pick a new number if I need to. All right, Shaz has 61. So I think Shaz might be 1. And is it Shaz and Yvonne? First 2 people closest to 79 without going over. Is it Shaz and Yvonne? Yeah. Okay, so Shaz. And I have both y'all's addresses, so we're good. And Yvonne. You have to be willing to give me your address, which I don't share with anybody, not even other mods. I see you down there, baby. There's no room for you to jump up here, not 1 inch. Okay, so Shaz and Yvonne. All right, now we're going to do the exact same thing. And now, Shelly, wait till I type in go. USA only. Same rules apply, 1 to 100. Wait till I type in go. US only. First 2 people closest without going over. Okay. You're welcome, Shaz. Come on, enter. Why isn't it going? There it goes. Oh, no, can't. No, baby. I'm sorry. You're going to have to get down. Wet paint. Okay. Okay, 1 to 100. First 2 people closest without going over. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or where's my little lollygag? Or lollygag. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Okay. I'll give you a little bit more time because there's more people playing in the U.S. And then we'll color some more in both our books with different markers, gel pens. I'd like to try to get to some pencils today, but we'll see. But I just want y'all to see you can use watercolor in these books as long as you don't oversaturate. Like I said, you have to let the layer dry and then put another layer if you want. But you got to let the layers dry. Then you're good. Then you'll be okay. All right. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's whoever's first, Evie. Whoever's first gets it. Like if somebody got 63 before you, they get it. Unless y'all both are 63, then you both would get it. It's whoever's closest without going over. Okay? All right, so let's go back to my iPad. All right, new number 61. They'll see 63 is over, Evie. It's whoever's closest without going over. So 61. First 2 people closest to 61 without going over. All right, so I'm scrolling all the way back. Scrolling. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We have a big crowd today. 61 without going over. Let's see. So Carrie had 56. Let me look. 61 without going over. So I think it's So Carrie might be one of them with 56, I think. Am I correct? Is 56 So Carrie? Is she one of them? And Cheryl DeMarco has 55. I think it's Cheryl and So. Yeah. Okay. So Much has 56, and Cheryl D had 55. Is that correct? Yeah. So Cheryl and So Carrie. Well, I have it written down. I file y'all's names in my book by whatever you use here. So like So, I don't file it under Carrie. It would be So it's filed under So. Do you see what I mean? That's how I find y'all. Like Messy Palette Dye, she's under M for messy. Ginger Cat Pam is under G for ginger. That's how I do it. So I know that's the only way I'd be able to find y'all, you know? So and Cheryl, y'all will get your bookmarks along with Shaz and who was the other one? Yvonne. So yeah, that's how I file your names in my because I have an old fashioned I have an old fashioned book, guys, with the alphabet, and everybody's name is on a post-it note, and you're stuck in my book. It's all alphabetized by your name here, by the name you go by here. All right, so there we go. So there's that. Now I'm going to do a BRB. Hopefully Malibu will not jump up here while I take a BRB. Okay, and then yeah, I see you. You're walking around now. I know. Come on, let's go on out. Let's go out. Let's go. Come on, come on. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. I just thought of something. I want to make sure that I put, if anybody gives me books or anything like that, like this was from View B Day 2026. I almost said 2016. So my this book right here, and it went the long way. It took a month to get here, but yeah. And I bought my mouse guard. All right, so let's see here. Let's move the BRB. Do I have anything in caps that I'm missing? Let's see. Kim's Colors. Hello, Kim's Colors. Anybody else I miss coming in? I do go back and find new channels. If you haven't been here in a while, or if you're new, good to have you. All right, so now we just got a base coat of watercolor on our fantasy world, and we're also working over here in Mouse Guard, the new Mouse Guard, and we started out with watercolor base, and we're doing two at a time. So don't email me. Don't email me. All right, so now what I want to do is, let's see, let me adjust my camera just a little now that Malibu's out off the table. Just I'm excited to color this page. I'm really enjoying Fantasy World. Okay, so well, all I did so far, like I said, is color with just some watercolors here. Let me show y'all. Just got a set of watercolors over here, and I have other nice, neat sets, but I just gravitate back to these all the time. And again, we could add more layers of watercolor, but I'm going to. Oh, and whoever asked me, anyway, this is the Meeden box. Okay, and it comes with the individual. I think it came with some individual half pans, or I might have had to buy them separately. But they don't come with the paint. They don't come with the paint. You have to fill these up yourself with tubes of paint. Okay, but that's the Meeden. All right, now let's see. The next thing I want to do is, let's see what color. Let's see, I got some brown. And again, I'm just going to use different um, acrylic paint pen brush tips. And I got the what do you call it? Grabbies, which again, I'm going to have to figure out how I want to put these in something because these trays drive me crazy. But these Grabbies are dual tip. So you get two colors. So you get 60 colors with 30 pins. And I kept them all in order here. And they're only in order until I till I figure out where they're going to go, and that's as long as they'll stay in order. Okay, so there's that. I do like this brown though. Let's see about this brown. I might go with this brown to start. Maybe this brown. Let's test these two browns. So they're going to be out of order as soon as I start here. See it? Look, they just pop out. I can't deal with packaging. All right, but let's go ahead and do a little test over here. Let's zoom in one. Let's zoom back in one. There we go. All righty. I think that's good. All right, I got some kind of paper over here to test what colors. Let's see what that brown looks like. That's a good one. And let's see these two. That's a nice dark one. And let's see if this is lighter. That one won't work for anything I'm doing today. All right, I'm going to start with this dark brown. Okay. And I'm going to want to do some of the shadows. Oh, good. That's showing up. I wasn't sure. All right, let's see. I can move this around. And probably zoom in one more. As long as I can continue to move the book. Hi, butterflies. And Cindy Daly. Good to see you. Anybody else I missed coming in? All right, so now I'm going to first start by doing some of the lines. And this is just an acrylic brush pen. And again, you can use any of these acrylic. To me, they're pretty much all the same. They have different colors. The sets have different colors. But as far as brush pens, they're pretty much all the same. They're acrylic on a brush pen. All right, so I'm going to do some shadows under there. Nice shadows. And I'm just going to and I might have to turn it a little to do a straight line. You know what I did forget, though, is color that butterfly in with watercolor. So I just might color that in with markers. And there's a little banner here, these little banners. And I'm not going to do every single thing because we'll be here just doing just these lines. But I wanted to show some. And let me get a gray because I know I want some of this. Let's test this color. All right, here we go. At least for an initial color of the metal bands on this barrel. Okay. Do I need to zoom in even more? I don't know. I like y'all to be able to see, but I like you to be able to see the whole thing too. All right. And then let's see. Oh, I wanted the stovepipe. I wanted some of this to be metal here. And I think I'll do that metal too right there. Then you can always go back over with pencil. You can always go back over this with pencil shading on top of acrylic paint and on top of watercolor. Okay. All right, now let's see. Let's go back with the dark brown, and I want to do the and then I think I'll do the barrel. And if it's too thick, if you think this is your brush tips are too thick for these tinier details, that's why I have the Langau gel pens out too. And you can also use pencil. Okay, don't need to zoom. Okay, thanks, Ellen. All right, so let's just see here. We'll do. Either side of the door here. And then maybe underneath the windows here. Outside these doors. So now this is where you do all your detailing. And then because your grain, I mean, because I did a, a messy, if you will, watercolor wash on the wood, it'll maintain some of the wood grainy look because it's not flat. You know what I mean? The watercolor was not flat. It was just like, messy, if you will. Okay. And I want to do these darker here. A little bit of light between them. And again, you can go in with the gel pens for even tinier detail, which I do want to get out the gel pens too. But thanks, View, for the book for my birthday. Okay, now let's do these lines here. Okay. I said I need Riri. Let's see. Oh, is something wrong with Beth Schuler? Oh, you said she was not on last night. I don't know. I'm never sure when Beth streams. I see her pop up in my feed when she streams sometimes, but I usually don't make it live. Just like Lori Painty Girl, I don't usually make hers live either. But I do kind of try to scrub through them when I see them every now and then. But so she was not on last night. I have no idea why. She wasn't feeling good, so Colleen streamed instead. Okay, there y'all go. There you go. Colleen streamed. Colleen is CK Art, I think, is her new name. She used to just be Colleen, but I think she's CK Art now. And I did not watch that either. So, of course, I've been busy with this last week has been, and then Cameron, being here and being sick. Finally got him back to Yellowstone safe and sound. All right, so I want this line right here. So you just got to kind of, especially with all this wood stuff, you got to just kind of take your time and go through and see, what's what. I think I want some of this gray, though, like some of this might be tin, like a tin roof. So maybe that's a piece of the tin right there. That might be right there. And I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Maybe around this right here could be, maybe that's some metal. Whatever I'm thinking might be metal. Well, see how it just goes right over the paint though? The paint markers goes right over the top of your watercolor. So like I painted over those banners. Now let's see, what color do I want the banners? Do I want them pink and green? Maybe. Let's see here. Let's go to a nice pink. Let's see what that's a good one. Maybe that and a green. Let's see. Do I have a line? Let's see. Let's test this green. Okay, so maybe I want these banners to be green and pink. Then I'll probably, they're on a string. The little banners are on a string, so I might do the string with the gel pen. Oops. This might be too light. I don't know if it's going to show up green or mint. I think I need a darker green. One shade darker. This shade, maybe. Nope, that's not the right shade either. The right shade of green right there. Let me see. Let me look over here in my other set. There we go. That's better. I want it to be more green. And then the string, I'll do a black gel pen so you see the string that's attaching them. Okay. Now let's go with the pink. Okay. Okay, is that showing up for y'all? Oh, it's Beth. Oh, y'all talking about Beth? Does she have the flu? Devin said Sarah A. Clark did a massive review. Oh, I know. I'm comparing all the markers. I know, right? I know, Devin. That girl can do some comparisons, and I know it has to take her weeks. That pink's not very bright, though. Let's see. Do I have a brighter pink maybe? Oh, no, let's see what this color is. That pink's not as bright. There we go. This pink would be brighter. Maybe not that much, just a little. It's a little brighter. So we'll roll with that color. It's just like going over acrylic paint. It's just acrylic paint in a brush tip, so you can continuously add things, change the color if you want. All right, let's see now. I kind of want orange or yellow windows, but let's see what yellow and orange. I need the bright. Okay, that's a bright yellow and a bright orange, so that it looks like light coming out. So let's just see here. Let's put a little bit of orange coming out the window, and then a little bit of yellow, so it looks like, what's his name? Thomas Kincaid did this with yellow and orange to make light coming through the windows. I know y'all can't see that. Hey, John, how you doing? John, are you missing doing the Oak Island now? Did you watch Drilling Down? Did you watch Drilling Down, John? Thanks, John. I appreciate that. I appreciate you supporting the channel. John's my Oak Island bud. And if y'all like to keep up with anything Oak Island, then follow John. Go follow him right now. He's probably not going to be doing too many YouTube videos. He'll be doing more probably stuff on Facebook. But yeah. Did you watch Drilling Down, John? No, John, no. John, we love you, John. Was Drilling Down? With Maddie, doing a review of the season. The review of the season. What's John? Maybe he's just being facetious. Thanks, John. Yes. Last night. I thought you were being funny. Saying, oh my gosh, it's so funny. But John makes watching Oak Island. John and Judy both make watching Oak Island fun because they're not finding nothing. Y'all know that, right? They've not found any secret treasure from the Templars. But we've been investing and watching it for 10 years, so it's like you got to continue on. You got to keep on. At least we are anyway. Those of us that are dedicated to watching Oak Island. So let's see. Let's do a little more kind of little blendy blend there. Might do another layer of yellow if that's not bright enough. No interest. Okay. Well, thanks for supporting the channel, John. We're going to miss you and Judy till the next season. I hope you do plan on doing the next season, John. Drilling, well, Fly for this summer like before. Okay. Drones will fly. Okay. Let's see if something significant is found. Just saying. We'll see, Arlene. We'll see. All right, let me continue on here with some more orange for these windows. We'll get in with some gel pens too, because some of these areas are pretty tight. Some of even for a pointy pen, brush tip, some of it's kind of tiny. So you might have to get in here with some gel pens, but I'm gonna let a little bit of light in there. And then this door right here has got a window. A little bit of light coming through there. Okay, I think I got them all. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a window. I think it is. Let's go ahead and make that a window too. Up in the attic. An attic window in the little cabin. So this is the time. This is what takes all the time. You got a base coat on. Now you got to do all the details. Let's see. Hi, Roxy. Who else am I missing? Nice glow. Yeah, that's what Thomas Kincaid did. Yellow and orange in the windows to make it look like, got to be careful because it doesn't look like it's on fire. You know what I mean? You got to kind of, blendy it out. All right, let's see now. Do I want to get into the gel pens yet? Let's do this barrel first. Let's go ahead and do this barrel. That can be pretty thicker paint there. And what else? I'm just trying to see what kind of the thicker lines that I want. And then we're going to go with the gel pens. And I did not do anything with the butterfly, but I want to go back over to Mouse Guard too in a minute. We're doing two. If y'all are coming in late, we're working on two different books at the same time. Okay, let's see. Are you okay down there, Malibu? She's asleep now. All right, let's see. Let's try this green here. No, that's maybe. Is that going to be light enough? Maybe. Or maybe I should have dark spots. Maybe dark spots would be better. Let's see. Let's see what darker green. Do I like this green? No. You got to just test them out. That's why I got this paper over here. There we go. I want this dark green. I want this dark green spots. But just showing you how you can do watercolor, acrylic brush pens, gel pens, which I'm going to get out, pencil. You can do it all. You can do it all. Let's see. I think I'm going to do all this under here, dark. I think I'm going to do little toe balls there, like little toe beans, like on a cat is toe beans. I'm going to do my little frog that's got top toe beans. And let's see. I think I want the eyelids dark green. I think I might have a little light coming out underneath, like it's. Anyway, that'll give me a start. Let's see. Is it too flashed out? Looks like it got a little flashed out. I don't know how, but let's turn the brightness back down just a little. There we go. That's better. All right. Now let's see about a darker pink, like a fuchsia, or let's see. Let's test that out. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. Is that going to work? No, it's too similar. So you got to have even a darker color. You think it's going to be a darker color, and it's very similar. So I got to go in with a darker. Let's see here. So I'm digging through these here. Got my grabbies. I got these. Let's see. Let's test this one out. This is an Artex. It's kind of a metallic. But I think this will be good for... I'm going to do some shading with this one. The underside. the underside of these. Cat and Paste, are you still here? Are you still here? And then these are like, I don't, they're dots, but they're supposed to be like the stamens. So I'm going to do, I'll do those like yellow or something. See, the Cat and Paste is still here. Bye, Arlene. Thank you. There she's, yes, she's there. Have you done anything lately? I mean, have you been doing something and just not posting? I know you stopped doing YouTube videos, but are you posting anything on Instagram? Are you posting on IG? Let me see her answer. Are you posting anything on IG since you stopped doing YouTube? Waiting to see if she says. I actually haven't colored anything since October. Focus on my art. Well, are you posting any of your own art? Are you posting any of it? I'm just doing some darker and I'll do some lighter, just kind of randomly there because it's going to be shaded out. I just want this will be some of the darks. Are you posting any of your own art anywhere? All right, let's see. Let's just leave that for a second. And I think I want these little banners to have a little bit of this color as well. Do a little side shade there with the no social media, personal decision. Okay. Are you showing your work anywhere? Locally where you live? All right. I guess I'm just doing some random. It's not really supposed to be shaded on one side or another. I'm just kind of putting some darks in because I'm going to go back in with pencils. There, a few lines, just a few lines here and there. Maybe one over there. No, let's see. So I'm going to get in with pencil and blend all that out. But you know what? I think I will do some of these, just a few of these little petal lines in there. Let's put a couple of those in just to make them stand out a little. Maybe a couple extra ones. Let's do one over there, over here. Just put them in wherever I want. We don't like that you just disappear completely. At least you popped in here. Thanks for stopping in. All right, that's good for. Oh, this one. Okay, there we go. That's good for now. All right, now let's see. What else do I want? And I know the butterfly is going to be a total different color, like probably teal or something. Maybe I could just pick a teal. Let's pick a teal color and put a little of this color into the butterfly. Just kind of want to show how you can use all different kinds of things. I want to get some gel pen. I want to do a little bit more of the cabin. Around here. Oh, well, thanks. Well, like having you. I just hope you post or so we can see what you're doing sometime. All right. Go a little bit of blue. And we'll probably put some other colors in there. All right, let's see. I almost want to see if this yellow, if this other yellow is a little, oh, here we go. This yellow might be really bright. Let's test this yellow out. Is that brighter? Yeah, there we go. Just a little touch of the brighter yellow. Just to make it a little brighter in those windows. The other yellow is bright, but it's not quite as bright as this yellow. Okay. What happened? It's still here, Kate. It's right here. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth. Hang on. Oh my gosh. I know it's kind of convoluted to do two books at once, but they're both brand new. And I wanted to start them both. I wanted to start both of them, right? Okay, now let's see. I think I will go back with that bright yellow. Where did I put it? That bright yellow I just had. I think these flower stamens need this bright yellow. And then I'll put little black lines to connect them, to have them connected. And again, I haven't shaded these or anything. Still kind of basing it in. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. That one doesn't have any. Tour. Tina's still with the tour. All right. So now I think before we do anything else, like shading in the flowers and the leaves and all that, I want to go ahead and go back to mouse guard for a minute, and then we'll come back in with some gel pen and maybe some pencil. Okay, so we're going to move from fantasy world for a minute. I just got this in from View, and I was determined to do something in it. And y'all know I've been busy since Cameron just left yesterday. All right, so I wanted to go back over here a minute. Let's see. Did I say hi to you, Kim's? Yeah, I said hi to Kim's Colors. Hi, Joanne. Anybody else I missed coming in? I want to do a little bit more in the next 15 minutes. So, we're not going to work in any of this, but let's work a little bit in the rest of mouse guard. So I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and get out the Langau gel pens. Now, y'all know these are also, let me back out a little bit. These are also water-based, at least for the immediates. When you put them down immediately, you can wet them. So let's just see what we can do with that idea. Let's see. I want a nice, what kind of a yellow? Here, let me show you. Here, I'll show you all the colors I have here. And they come in sets. Well, they come in a one big box, but in different sets. And I think you can buy all the sets individually. Light blue, dark blue, green, purple, metallics, yellows, oranges, reds, pinks, browns. They come in little boxes with, I forget how many are in each little box. And then and they come in a big box. And it's been a year or more since I bought them, so I can't tell you exactly. Although Kat did put in a link last Monday. All right, so let's see. What color am I wanting? I want kind of an orangey yellow. Let's test this. Let's test this color. Nope, not bright enough. Do I just have to go with a pure yellow? That's not showing up either. I just have to go in with pencils. Or let's see, let's go with let me go over here to this red, because that might show up on this lighter red. Let's see, what do I want there? That's too, maybe I need kind of a browny red. Because I don't think this is going to show up that much. I want veining coming. Well, yeah, I guess it will. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. And, I got to zoom in again here. Hang on. You just got to kind of test them. Oh, thanks, Kate. So what I want to do, let's see if I can hold this up. I want to do like little tiny veins and kind of connect them to be very veiny. Almost like you'd see in a leaf. Oh, see, it's not going to show up. Dang it. It's not going to show up. Red's horrible. to show on camera. It's almost as bad as metallics. Let me see if I can get this section right over here to show up. I mean, if I hold it up. I want it to be very veiny like. Almost like an iris. You know how an iris has all those veins? That's kind of what I'm trying to go for here. Let's see if that shows up. Nope, it's not going to show up, guys. That's not showing up at all. Okay, well, can't do that. All right, that's not, the red's just not going to cooperate with me. All right, let's see what else I can do. Let's try. All right, let me get some pencils because I did want to go around the white. No, I don't want to do that. Show it because it's going to be red and it's not going to show up. The big gel pen set by brand name. Let's see. All right, Tina said it's showing it by Corpapen now. The gel pen, these, the Langaus, Tina, the Langaus, they're showing up as Cora Paypen now. All right. You know, the Chinese companies just change their names every month. Not quite that often. All right. So I might have to just wait on this, but this is what we've done so far in Mouse Guard. And I wish you could see it. It looks so good in person, but it's not showing up with the red. But I did it. It looks like veins of what do you call it? I don't know. Let me try to lighten it up real light just to see what happens. Hang on, let's brighten it up way up just to see. Nope, can't see it that way either. It's not going to show up, guys. All right. You believe so? Geez, I went straight from my link, and it looks like they changed the brand name. The big set that you, Janet, and I have. Okay, well, there you go. So you want to put the link in, Tina? You want to put the link into that? Cora Pay Pen, whatever. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to the gel pens and go into here with the gel pens. And let's see what we can do. I'll try the veiny thing on this. Let's see if we can do it on these flowers. Even though I got to still shade. I got to throw some shade in these flowers. But let's see what will happen. Let me kind of get a similar color. Let's see if this, there we go. Okay, let's see what we can do it with this. All right. So I'm going to finish outlining here. And I'll go ahead and do these water lilies in that same kind of veining, even though I don't think the water lilies would have that kind of veining, but we're going to do it that way in this book. All right, so first I'm going to outline. All right, let's zoom in a little. Try to keep it. I don't keep on any kind of auto zoom or because then it goes, you know what I mean? Can't deal with that. All right, so let's just go ahead and finish outlining thin lines now around here. And then I'll do the veining. So just, I'm doing it real light and I don't say squiggly, but kind of scratchy to make it look kind of veiny here. Hang on. Then I'll go back in with pencil and do a little bit more shading. Let's get around those little stamens here. Let me do this one flower and then I'll hold it up. It looks good in person. I'm just kind of skimming. I'm skimming the gel pen over the flowers, barely touching. All right, let's see if that shows up. There you go. Yeah, you can see it. There we go. And then what I want to do is take some pencil, and those thicker lines, they'll blend out. So they're from that to that with the little veins. All right, let me do one more. Thanks, Devin. Let me do one more of these. Let's go and do the little stamen things first. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and outline the part that I didn't outline with the thicker marker. And remember, these are also, you can add water to these and blend them. I'm not going to do that on this because I want the veins to show. But let me show you here on the thing here. See? They'll move. They'll move with water. But I don't want these lines to move. I want them to be very, I want them to be pronounced. I want them to show up. So I don't want to blend out these lines, but I want to put in, all right, let me go ahead and do little thin lines. Little thin lines. Little thin veins. Just going to drag in the gel pen. Very lightly. I want them kind of messy, if you will. So that they're natural looking. If I could hit it with the heat tool enough to get it really dry before I can do a little shading with pencil. Otherwise, you can kind of see. Okay, so there's another one with some veins in it. All right, but you got to make sure everything's dry before you start going. Then you go in there with pencil, you're just going to smear it, right? So let's go ahead and dry this. And the same thing, let me go ahead and do, let's see if I get a dark brown here. The same thing, is that dark enough? I think. We'll see. Let's try. The same kind of idea with the floors, the floorboards, for instance. You can do kind of, here, let me just do a couple. Do some knots in them. Do a couple shades of brown. So what I'd want to do is all the house I'd want to do in here with a couple shades of brown, a light shade and a dark shade to make the wood look planky, you know? Okay, so see, you can do all those tiny little lines, all the tiny little lines with one color, and then do a lighter brown. Let's see, maybe this tan color. Let's see what that looks like. Too similar. It won't even show up. Let's see. Let's see about a golden color. Let's try this kind of color. Nope, it's too yellow. Let's see. Maybe an oranger. Let's try this color. Now it's a little bit different, but not very different. I think my best bet would be to go in there with some white panda fly and then let it dry and then go over the panda fly with a pencil color. So let me just add a little couple of streaks of white. It won't stay white, but it'll be the base of a highlight. I hear a squirrel on my roof running across the roof. All right. So we got that started. Now let me dry it. It's looking awesome. Thanks. Okay, and the same thing, you could add some white in here at the flowers, but I want to get some pencil real quick before we have to go. All right. Right, Malibu is sleeping on the floor over here. So cute. Okay, hang on. All right. Now let me swirl my chair around to the pencils. Okay. And I'm just going to use my pencil tray here. All right, so let's see. I want some, like a magenta color here. Which one of these? Is that going to be? Probably, maybe. Let's see. Don't want this color. That's going to turn too brown, I think. This will be too purple. This one might be. That's kind of simple. Okay, we'll just go with this one. Oh, wait. What one is this? That's going to be too dark. All right, so what I'll do, though, is now I want to shade a little bit. Hope everybody had a good time today. All right, so then what I'll do is, let me sharpen. And shade some pencil in here. I think I will need the darker one as well. Let's see. I'll probably need them both. Yeah. Just to get them down in a little crevice here. I'll hold it up just a second. And I want a nice darkness under the stamens. Very tiny. I'll just get at least one little flower sort of done. Hang on, I'm not looking at chat for just a second. So you can see how then you could go back and do the shading and blending with your pencils after you've done a lot of the big detail. I think that might be enough to show now. Okay, I think you can get the. Okay, so there's with just the lines, the veins, if you will. And then you can kind of, and again, red, it's kind of not wanting to show up too much, but there you go. Kind of see it farther back. So we went from this, well, watercolor, then added the acrylic, then added the veins, and then added the pencil. Okay. And I wish that this would show up better. I mean, I could probably do a little bit of pencil on the orange. Let's see. Let me see what I can find here. Maybe this orange. Yeah, that shows up. Well, maybe. It might show up a little. And it's kind of the same kind of thing, except now with orange, which doesn't show up that much. Yeah, it's not going to show up. Red and orange, just eh. I could finish it and take a picture of it and it'll show up better. But we started. We got to start, and like Kat said, lots of different techniques: watercolor, acrylic brush markers, gel pens, color pencils, just to show you you can do all of it. You can do all of it. The trick, though, come on, mouse, come on, my mouse. I never had a mouse go to sleep. This is the first time I've ever had a mouse go to sleep, or have a mouse that goes to sleep, I should say. Um, all right, this is blocking the light. So you can do all kinds of things. The trick, though, is, or the main point is if you do multiple media, say that 3 times fast, you have to let that, especially if it's watercolor base or a watered down acrylic base, you have to let it dry before you go on top of it. So hopefully you can see a little there. And then again, we started with that in there, and then take let me get a brown pencil real quick. And the same thing, you can go in here and shade, like here on the porch, under the barrel, in other places too. But see, now you can start shading with pencil. See? Okay. So I will see, and let me quickly show y'all from last week. I'm still working on these as well, and as soon as I finish them, I post them in my World of Color Kirby. I'm still working on this one, and I'm still working on the iguanas. Although I got the iguanas are pretty finished, I'd say. They're pretty finished, but got all the background to do. So we worked on this a little bit last week. So I'm working on that. This is out of the fantasy world, and then this is out of the mouse guard. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. I've had mouses just before. I didn't care. Oh, I don't know what Tina's talking about there. If she has real mice, I don't know. Thanks, Kat, and I hope you'll be posting some of your own works soon, or at some point. Anyway, we don't want to lose you in the art world. Hi, Mama Four. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, again, thanks for supporting the channel. And if y'all know people like, keep Terry in your prayers. I haven't heard from Raul this week. Keep Raul in your prayers, and anybody else that y'all know from other channels, post to them, meme to them, keep them encouraged. All right, guys. Hi. Thanks, Ellen. All right. Hi, Tracy. Anybody else I missed? Thanks, Falcon. All right, guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.